Greetings, guests, colleagues of HPCL, and viewers joining us from across the organization. Welcome to this very special edition of HP Unplugged. Today, we feature an episode that has generated immense excitement and anticipation. Yes, we are honored to host Shri Pushp Kumar Joshi, our esteemed Chairman and Managing Director. Shri Pushp Kumar Joshi is a distinguished leader with 38 years of experience in the oil and gas industry. An alumnus of XLRI Jamshedpur with a doctorate in leadership development, he has been pivotal in driving HPCL's strategic growth and diversification. Since taking the helm of CNMD in May 2022, HPCL has achieved unprecedented success, including the highest ever consolidated net profit of rupees 16,015 crore in 2023-24. Under his able leadership as member of the esteemed board of HPCL, HPCL has launched significant projects like the Rajasthan Refinery Project, VRMP, MREP and the LNG terminal at Chhara. HPCL has also achieved Maharatna Status in 2019. He has also spearheaded the transformation of HPCL into a clean and green energy company. As one of the tallest leaders in the HR fraternity, especially in oil and gas industry, he has institutionalized many industry firsts, including the leadership pipeline at all management levels, covering 300 plus officers under initiatives like HP Possible, HP Nava and HP Yuva for leadership and capability building. In recognition of his notable and path-breaking achievements towards the organization and society, he was bestowed with the Distinguished Alumni Award, Lifetime Achievement by XLRI Jamshedpur in 2022. This episode is unique as we incorporate your voices. A public poll collected your questions of our CNMD and we received an overwhelming response. To address as many of your inquiries as possible, the interview will be presented in two parts. Join us as we explore the strategic vision and leadership excellence of Shri Pushp Kumar Joshi. This is HP Unplugged, where we celebrate the leaders who propel HPCL success and innovation. So welcome to HP Unplugged. It's really a big pleasure for our entire team to have you on this episode of HP Unplugged. It is an idea which has germinated from you, from where you had told that we need to reach, the leadership need to reach the last mile. So just before starting all the questions, I am selfish enough to just ask you small feedback on the show, sir.
Oh, this has been a wonderful thing, and while in some discussion the idea would have come, but the way you and your team has taken it forward and executed it so beautifully, curated it so beautifully, that this is excellent platform and this has come out very, very well. And also I consider it my privilege that I got an opportunity today to be chatting with a personality like you who is an experienced interviewer. And I'm sure that if you decide to roast somebody, nobody can escape you, from your pointed, targeted questions, as well as your superb, smooth style of getting or eliciting the truth. So my compliments.
Thank you.
Excellent show.
Thanks a lot, sir.
I only wish that this goes on. And only one correction, while you said that it is for the leadership platform. Actually, my intent would be that through this platform, we get in touch with all the facets of HPCL, all the employees across the hierarchy. So therefore, it's not a leadership speak, it is HP Unplugged.
HP Unplugged, yes.
So we should take the frontline, our colleagues, our officers, which you've been doing.
Yes,
and that is excellent. Yes. So that's how people will get involved in this platform.
Right, sir.
Thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, as per discussion with you, we wanted to make this episode extra special. So, We did a small survey. We asked questions from across the organization, and let me tell you, sir, it was an overwhelming response. Like, so many questions came from different facets of the corporation, from different hierarchy, and what we have tried in this episode is to take some of them, cover the major part of what people are asking, and cover them. So since it cannot be compensated into one episode, I am so happy that you've agreed to go for 2 episodes, one this and the second one when we do the walk the talk.
Agreed within inverted commas, rather forced, but yeah, great. And in fact, that's what I just mentioned, that accomplished interviewer like you. So this is a beautiful way of putting the person sitting across you on the mat by putting a lot of burden of expectation. You said that everybody is looking forward to this, and so many people ask questions and all that. Now already I was slightly tense before this interaction, and with this burden of expectations, I don't know whether I'll be able to do justice.
You are an accomplished speaker, sir.
Whether I'll be able to do justice, but nevertheless, it is more of my sort of candid interaction with people across the country, all my family members and my fellow HPites. So it's more of a sort of talk, because I'm not looking at it from the perspective that this should become a part of some kind of archive to be put on YouTube or accumulate likes or dislikes or whatever. Okay, it's more of a conversation. It's more of an interaction, though it may appear to be one way, but I am sure the kind of feelings which I would like to express to my colleagues across the organization would be received in certain manner. Thank you.
So we'll try our best to take your words to each and every one of HPites and make this a successful episode. So sir, first question which a lot of people have asked, different people have asked, is about Naya HP and our thinking about net zero and towards net zero transition. So what would you like to speak about that, sir? How are we progressing towards a net zero transition as an energy company?
See, first is Naya HPCL. Now Naya HPCL, because there's so much of energy which is there today in the organization, okay, and we are blessed that we have so many youngsters across the organization. In fact, even in the middle management and the senior management, it is not to do with the chronological age, but the energy and the kind of enthusiasm which is there. It can only result in creation of a HPCL which protects its legacy of past and creates and metamorphosizes in something which is totally different, which is in sync with the future. So therefore, Naya HPCL is transitioning HPCL into a green energy company, retaining our energy sort of domain and transiting ourselves into a energy company, in a green energy company, and to see that how we are able to meet our obligations. We can contribute our might in both providing the energy as well as protecting the society for the future. You see, it's not that energy transition is a switch on, switch off game that you press the switch and you transited to the new energy domain. To my mind, it's a dial. So you move from various sort of carbon emissions and things like that to future. How do you take it? So that way, HPCL has robust plan for transiting itself into a green energy company, while concentrating on our core sort of strengths which are there, our core business of refining, hydrocarbons which are there. How do we actually see that we are able to mitigate the emissions, at the same time meeting the energy requirement? So it's a basket, and HPCL is in the right position to work out this. And Naya HPCL is just a sort of overall game plan to take LPCL into becoming a green energy company.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure, sir, your vision of Naya HP is translated down the line to all management levels, and they are doing their best for transitioning towards green energy, and we will be one of the flag bearers of this, and we will achieve net zero much sooner than what we have targeted. Sir, so as a follow-up question to the net zero, there are few things which are being discussed in the oil and gas industry a lot. So if you have to choose between one goal for over all others for HPCL, that is one is infrastructure development, second is sales growth, third is profit maximization, and fourth is customer service. So which one would you choose and why?
Sudipto, it can never be a single kind of a thing. Everything has to be a mixture. So we can't say that I will do only infrastructure, I will do only sort of sales growth, or I'll only do technological, or I'll only look after customer facets of it. Any organization has to have a basket. This approach has to be that we have to take various facets into account and maintain a sort of balance between this. It should not be a kind of situation where everything is equally important. Depending on the situation, at times you have to give more impetus to infrastructure. You have to give more emphasis to your selling or whatever efforts which you have to make. And obviously customer preferences or customer centricity cannot be at the cost of anything else. It has to be the basis or the platform on which organizations to grow. But my belief behind all this is that you must have heard of that famous story which is quite often talked about, is that a jigsaw puzzle of the world map was given to a child by the father, saying that because he was pestering him, so he said that about 120 pieces of jigsaw puzzle was given, that okay, you make the world map out of it, and then I'll come back. And father would read his newspaper or reply to his WhatsApp. Now this kid, within 5 minutes, he completed that jigsaw puzzle, and he completed it very beautifully, and then took it to father and said that I've completed. Now father was very surprised because he could only respond to 5 WhatsApp, or he could see only 10 DPs or whatever. So he said, this is something which is extraordinary. You must have taken somebody's help or something. The child said no, because behind this jigsaw puzzle was face of a man, a human being. Now you fix that face, and that was simple. While this has 122 pieces, 120 pieces, that had only 4-5 pieces. So I fixed the other side, the world automatically got fixed up. The same way for the organizations, you take care of human aspect of the organization, other things would fall in place. So for me, the central thing would be, while strategies would depend on the situation, on various factors, but the core would be the human assets of the organization. And once that is taken care of, all other things will fall in place. And we are fortunate in HP that we have got one of the best human resources across the country, across the globe, and that elusive HP spirit which is there, that that soft HP spirit, the culture of HP, that would be the foundation of HPCL climbing the highest possible peaks in transiting towards Naya HPCL.
You have always been the leader who has always focused on the human resource. Your empathy is known across the organization. So now a follow-up question to what you said about the human resources. Nowadays there has been a lot of talk going on with work-life balance, work-life integration. So I would like to ask you, what is your take on that? And a lot of people have asked this, that what are your thoughts on that, and how do you maintain your own work-life balance and work-life integration?
I was expecting this question because I've been talking about this from various platforms, and obviously this is a issue which is industry neutral.
Yeah.
Any working professional or anybody in any domain always is faced with this challenge. Okay, so I would try and answer this in two parts. First part would be that this concept of work-life balance itself needs to be understood in a deeper sense, because the first aspect of this is that work is a subset of life. Work is not equal to life. Whereas when I say work-life balance, then I'm saying work and life are equal. It's not. Actually, work is a subset of our life. Okay, important subset obviously, and you cannot ignore it, but it's still a subset. So in life, there's lot of things are there which are beyond only your work. Okay, so your work is primary basis, it's source of livelihood, providing material comfort to you, providing a status in the society and things like that. But life is much beyond the work. It is the person, it's his emotional self, his family, his friends, his way of looking at the world, which is much beyond only work. Unfortunately, our identities have today become equal to our visiting card. So if somebody were to ask you that who are you, what do you do, first thing I would do is flash visiting card. Okay, yeah. So work has been equated like that. Okay, and then to further take this, then we started talking about spending quality time with family. With this, and actually that also is bunkum. In the sense that you say, what do you mean by you spend quality time? So you say we went for a dinner or we saw a movie together. Okay, that's not spending quality time, but that's an excuse for saying that we spend time, because that's different.
Giving time to the family.
I'm giving time to the family. So all this was taken. So we have to actually get back to the thing that work is a subset of life. We have to work on life-work integration. One cannot live without work. One cannot, ignore the work and abdicate anything and go away, but integrate so that you find meaning in your work, which in turn would give you meaning in your life. Okay, although it's easier said than done, it sounds very philosophical, but still, that's the way out. So my view is that we have to actually involve ourselves, our life, in such a fashion that we integrate that what work I am doing and my life. It's not easy these days to each one of us get the job which we like.
Correct.
Only very few people like you who get the job which they want to pursue and like. Okay, but you are quite rare breed. So we can create space for that. We can create friendships. We can create culture in the organization. We can create various platforms through which we can find this work-life integration. So as an organization, we have to work on that. That's the first part of my answer. Second, you asked me that how do I do it? Okay, for me it was very simple, because for me life is HPCL and HPCL is life. So for me there is no balance, HPCL itself is my work and my life. So that way I've cheated.
But how do you find time for reading so many books? Like I have not seen anybody read so many books, like zillions of books you have. How do you do that?
It's an addiction, and that's addiction. I mean, I definitely love reading. Okay, and wherever I can find time, I try and read. And actually, reading is something which has always given me a lot of pleasure, and it fitted in with my personality of loner, a person who is sort of introvert. Okay,
so you are using Gen Z language now, loner.
So all that actually fills in that space, and it provides me that space on one level. So as a loner, not to have the thing of FOMO and things like that. Do read books so that you are amongst people. Okay, but on a deeper spiritual level, our traditional ethos, Indian ethos, has been that satsang has a very important ingredient in a person's life, journey. Okay, and earlier satsangs used to be where you sit with knowledgeable people, debate, discuss, hear them out, hear their perspectives and things like that. Now in the modern day life, it's not possible to have those kind of satsangs.
Correct.
Otherwise it gets reduced to only arguments and sticking to somebody's points. Actually, books provide that. For me, book actually gives you an opportunity that you are doing a satsang, and book is a conversation between you and the author.
Correct.
There's nothing called a good book or bad book. It's just a conversation between you and the author who has written the book. So that way, this is how it has worked out and helped. Now, since you've asked this, again, I'll take the liberty of taking this issue slightly further and seeing that what kind of lessons which can be learned, and what HP spirit and what HP ethos has given, and how it can be nurtured further is. And one of my hidden agendas of attending this and agreeing to you was to communicate to all my colleagues across that you take this, that if a person like Pushp Joshi
Correct.
can achieve this, then all of you are much more capable. So if I can do it, anybody else can do it. Okay, and I have shared on certain platforms that one, I said that okay, loner, I was extremely average in my studies. In fact, today I was requesting my colleague Dhruv to take out my mark sheets, and because oftentimes when I talk about these marks and all that, people express doubts. Okay. So I said I will give that proof also if somebody requires. And he, with a lot of pleasure and relish, brought those mark sheets. And mark sheets were for 12th, where I got a good second division. I got something like 52% in commerce in 12th class. And he was quite lenient. He didn't bring my 10th class mark sheet, where I got good 48% marks in that. So what I'm saying is that it's not that you have to be education. Obviously if you do well, you can do well. So when a person from this kind of a background, where I'm coming from, moderate social background, I'm coming not from a very big city, and school education absolutely average. After that, just sticking to HPCL, getting so many opportunities which HPCL has afforded. So this I want to communicate, and I want to tell all my colleagues, that it is imminently possible for each one of you to reach and to achieve whatever you desire. Although I have been luckier than my own share. I'm one of those human beings who are always luckier than what they deserve and things like that. But that's because of past deeds.
So you always try to belittle your greatness with all these things.
No, it's always because of past deeds of my parents and forefathers. I am reaping the rewards of that, and possibly for my future generations, they'll have to struggle more than this. But the message is that if it is, I am a live example that anybody can, approach this, anybody can get this, and this is the place, HPCL is the place where enough opportunities are given. If you want to actually, work out, if you want to innovate, if you want to do it. At the same time, we are all human beings, and amongst human beings, there would always be differences, there would always be likes, there will always be dislikes. So there would be differences, there would be bosses whom you don't like, there would be subordinates whom the bosses don't like. And I've had my fair share of experiences in those areas also. So that's what Sudipto, I thought I must take this opportunity to share this.
Thank you very much, sir. Your insights will definitely reach all the HPites and they will take a lot of inspiration from that. So, sir, as we close the part 1 of the interview here, there are some quick fire questions. Since it's an interview, so some rapid fire questions for you. Top 3 decisions that change the work culture of HPCL positively that you think?
Creation of platforms like Reboot, Uvantage, Vashisht, and various of the kind of these forums where Sampark, where the whole family has come together, where people have got into it. So that's one. Second is the emphasis on long-term learning programs in terms of Akshay, Nava. Now we have Akshay Path, we have HP Possible. So the focus on long-term learning as against a 1 week or 10 days training program kind of a thing. And third would be that consistency in the policies in terms of career development policies. Now, career development policy may not satisfy everybody, but people know that it is consistent. This is the cutoff, this is the kind of process which is followed, which is the thing is to do it. So, consistency in terms of these policies. Okay. Often I can only think of this. There can be multitude of things.
Fast tracked question, sir. So the second question is top 3 decisions that you wish the present middle management leaders should focus on.
Development of the subordinates.
Okay.
Number 1. Second, they have to actually enlarge their sphere of life, enlarge both content of their life and context of their life, to look for things which are beyond the job, to work on the concept of life-work integration. And third, enjoy more.
Okay. And sir, last question. One decision that you would like to change which you had taken during your tenure, something that you would like to change now, going back. If you have a time machine, you can change.
There were certain benefits which, we had to take a step back because of some certain external regulations and things like that. I wish I could have, resisted more, and we could have continued that. Otherwise, definitely. And one more thing is that, if I get an opportunity to join this company again, I would love to join as officer trainee again this company.
So you can roll back and join again.
Yes.
So thank you very much, sir, for being part of it. This is the first part, of course. We will be going to the second part, and I would take this opportunity to thank all those people who have given these precious questions to us, which I can ask you on their behalf. And thank you, sir, for coming to the show.
I am grateful to you. And looking at the kind of questions which you asked, I wish we could have, third episode also where I get an opportunity to talk more. But nevertheless, thank you very much. I'm really grateful to you,
thank you, sir,
and your team for giving this opportunity, curating this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
God bless.
Thank you for joining us on this insightful journey with Shri Pushp Kumar Joshi, our beloved Chairman and Managing Director of HPCL. As we conclude part 1 of this special edition of HP Unplugged, we hope you gained invaluable insights into the strategic vision and leadership that drive HPCL's success. His perspective on innovation, growth, and the future of the oil and gas industry has been truly enlightening. But the journey doesn't end here. In part 2, we will take a unique approach, stepping outside the 4 walls of the studio for a walk the talk session. We will delve into HR and more personal questions, exploring his views on leadership development, his experiences, and the personal insights that have shaped his remarkable career. Stay tuned for part 2, where we continue to uncover the strategies and initiatives that are propelling HPCL to new heights, all the while getting to know the man behind the leadership. Until then, thank you for watching and see you soon on HP Unplugged. Thank you. Namaskar.